What's changed? Day One Journey, episode 1582. I think this is one of the most important reminders that I have to myself. Right now is 2022, more than 6 years since I moved to Thailand. And even though there are things that stay the same, which for me it's actually a big part of this kind of reminder, what always stay the same, at least, I don't know, in a 10 years period of time, and what didn't change. Yeah. What did change, what didn't change. No, so what didn't change and what's changed. Having this clarity, yeah. These 6 years, even though I cannot show on paper, let's say, financial gains, which I guess in most cases, this is the measure of success in our Western world. Asking myself this question, I think it's very valuable for me. Very, very valuable, very empowering, and actually reminds me of the truth. Yeah, it's about perspective. And this is why it's Silver, the part within me that is maybe even 100 years old. He reminds me of what's changed. For example, well, in my case, since 2016, me moving to Thailand. So I have this quote actually here on the phone. I put it here. So I want to go through it. And you can, of course, just listen. So I wrote also what I didn't know before, well, 4 years ago. Well, actually 6 years ago. And I have different categories. My body and mind, house, family, what doesn't really work and doesn't worth my time, milestones, assets. Okay, so let's go one by one. My body and mind. So one thing I actually learned about the gym, yeah. I don't need the gym to get bigger. Yeah, I can do calisthenics, I have rings. And actually the most important thing for me, if I want to grow my muscles, is time under tension. It's not necessarily lifting as, it's me. I have more knowledge and experience with exercising, time under tension. This is one thing. I actually know exactly what to do to get to 5% fat. I know about different techniques, 1 meal a day, which doesn't really make a difference for this goal, but it has its advantages, and I actually experienced this for like 1 year and a half. Of course, calories in, calories out, carb cycling, another method I was experimenting with. Another thing, I cook and save a lot of money. I actually enjoy cooking. Actually, well, it saves me even time. Yeah, I don't need to go outside. I don't need to, so now I have a bigger apartment. This is also something that I've changed and I learned. Something else, lack of water affect my performance. Like I actually notice it. Something else, too humid affect my discipline. Aircon actually helps me to be a bit more disciplined, if that makes sense. I did a Vipassana 26 days. Well, I know for sure that with practice, I can meditate for 60 minutes. This is like, wow. This is something that I know. This is not something that I think. Now, about the house, yeah, or where I live. So actually, it was 2 times in Vietnam. I know that I don't want to live there. I also lived in Cambodia for 2 months. I know this is the place for me right now, Bangkok. I don't have any second thoughts about it. And as time passes by, I know more and more about it. I'm actually more sure about it. And something else, I visited Israel. I'm actually not a tax resident anymore in Israel. And I know I'm not going back in the sense of building my life in Israel. Especially not the way that I was thinking about a few years ago. So this has changed, for sure. And super happy with my new apartment. I have the space. These are things that I've been chasing. When I was in Israel, I was like, where do we do rehearsal? Where we do now? They can come to my place. I have the space to work on my own solos and stuff. And this didn't change, by the way. I like to perform. I like to be on stage. I want to show off my techniques and things. It's also a great precursor for me teaching, because I was the one showing you the skills on stage. So I'll be the same person teaching you. Yeah, so it sort of connects. I like to, for me, teaching is also kind of performing. I'm there, I'm sort of getting the attention. And yeah, and I like this. And I like that. I'm not shying away. So again, what I said about Israel, I don't see myself living in Israel permanently, which is a big change. It actually was kind of a long process of me realizing that. What doesn't really work and doesn't worth my time right now, going after producers and shows, well, this may be kind of maybe change right now, but I'm doing it with a different, I'm not diving into that right now. The books are not valuable as I thought. I decided to spend time on them right now, especially not making them a bit better, the books that I already wrote. What do I know about YouTube today that I didn't know? Oh, Gary Vee and his content model. Document over create. Having pillar content and then creating micro content. A lot of things that I sort of understand right now. A lot of things that I understood about Marcus Body Coding, the tutorials, making it easier for people to digest. A lot of things that I've learned there then. The website, NBC tutorials, tools. Well, I actually practiced Tantra, and I had some experience with that. Self-hypnosis, I really felt some very powerful things with that. I have more skills. What has changed? Yeah, what's changed? I have more skills, video editing, graphic design skills, communication skills, being behind the camera, having much more control over the English language, vocabulary, accent, pronunciation. I also learned about YouTube ads and Amazon ads. New things that I learned about videos. Authenticity, imagining someone behind the camera. This is key. When I do this video right now, I'm actually in a call at the same time, so I know someone is listening. It's just more authentic. I'm not trying to put up a show. I'm just sharing. So this is one way of me being authentic. Me moving around right now, I don't need to hold the phone. I can sort of move around. So this is also puts me in a much more authentic sort of state of mind. I also know that after a minute or two, I relax and I open up. So sometimes I can just shoot the video and just cut off the beginning, and then I have a very powerful video. So these things are very specific that I understood about myself. Last thing, what stayed the same and will not change? What I always wanted and knew and never, what didn't change and will never change? I know who I am. I am a warrior. I love the challenges. I seek the challenges. This is what I live for. I love to learn and get better and faster and more effective and becoming more effective. What I know to be true. The key habit, mastering myself, is true power. Habits, being consistent. Worthwhile things take time, but the time will pass anyway. I do waste a lot of time. That's the truth. Being right with myself and others, trying to convince myself or other people about something that I already know. It's none of my business what other people believe. It's their business. What's my business? It's what I believe, of course, and what I execute. So if I already believe in something, I don't need to reassure myself. I just need to execute. demonstrate, less explaining myself and more demonstrating what I can do while doing it. Watch other people living their dreams on YouTube and Facebook. This is a waste of time. It never helped me. Practice is always the answer. When I become better, I attract better. I become better dancer, I attract better dancers, better partners. So many things I never really cared about. It's another point. I am alone. Nobody will understand fully what I'm trying to do. And it's none of their business. It's my business. Talking to myself, on the other hand, is a very good habit. A very similar way to what I'm doing right now. Goals that I want. I enjoy having a plan. I want a plan, a clear plan. I want to have a clear picture where I'm heading. I want to know I follow the plan, so then I don't need to think and I can just trust the process. I want to start the process now. I want to control my states. I want my buttons, my characters, my colors. I want more energy so I can do more. I want to perform, dance, speak, being the center of attention on the stage. I like speed, I like power, I like to be effective with my work, fast with my steps, whether it's dancing or me getting better. Again, speed and power with my body as well. Cut off the fat, having more muscles, which means more power and more speed. Becoming flexible, mobility. I like to move, so it gives me more freedom in movement. What is the routine that I want? It didn't change. I want something daily that's going to help me with everything. It is the vehicle and the process that I want. And I know it's the thing that will get me wherever I want to be. And also faster. Creating and recreating myself, sculpting myself. Last point. What I know now that I didn't know then. Okay, I have some more notes about that, but this is most of it. This is what I wanted to share with you today. I was reading it from the phone. And that's it. Have an amazing day. See you tomorrow.